welcome to the 802 Scoop live. The 802 Scoop weekly wrap up. Live, a wrap. Is it wrap?
Wrap up. We don't care.
I'm not going to lie to you.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's noted on the screen as wrap, which I meant to say wrap up, but that's okay.
That's all right.
So welcome to the 802 Scoop weekly wrap.
Yeah.
Live.
And a hell of a week it's been.
It has been quite busy this week. I'm not going to lie. I've had a pretty busy week. And of course, live from the 802 Inside Scoop Studios, 185 North Main Street, Barrie, Vermont.
Yes.
And of course, the lovely Raylene.
Thank you. You know, I think it's hysterical now because I was at an event this morning and two people
Called you lovely Raylene?
Yes. They literally came up. One of them was Donald Koch, and so that's what he always says to me now when I see him in public. Well, if it isn't ever so lovely Raylene, that's what he says. So it just cracks me up that people say that now. Well, some, certainly not all, would say such a thing when they're going to breathe my name out of their mouth.
Do we get a comment in the comment section calling Raylene lovely? We should.
But yeah, it is funny.
Hi, Suzanne.
I'm just saying,
Sue-Ann. Sorry.
Hi, Sue-Ann. Love her. That is Tyler Matthews' aunt.
Oh.
So, yeah.
All right.
All these peeps, all my peeps, love them dearly.
Because you're the ever lovely Raylene.
Where do we want to start? Because we just said, like we said, it has been a crazy, crazy week. So, do you have any place that you want to start?
I mean, I don't have anywhere that we could talk about the little dust up with city council.
Sure, go ahead.
We could certainly talk about that. There was a Greg Rouleau. I think it was Greg Rouleau. There was some dust up with his appointment to the cow pasture committee. I mean, the issue, and I watched it, and I was like, I could kind of understand why there would be a dust up. He came off kind of hot and heavy, and I think that with the two counselors that voted no, I think they just took that as, and they voted no. Mm-hmm. And I get it. And I think he's done that with, because I know that his heart is with the Snowbees. Mm-hmm. And that's what he wanted to make it very clear that his heart is with the Snowbees. Mm-hmm. And I think that the way that he conveyed that
came across in the nicest way.
Right. And Tom was like doing some polishing work on it to try to fix it. And it was, yeah.
But it didn't work.
But it didn't. But the good thing is that we've got another committee member that is dedicated to the cow pasture, and it's pretty good.
Well, he and I will have to take the same class on delivery. Because sometimes when you're passionate about something, your delivery isn't always
correct. That's true.
What you need it to be. And
believe me,
I don't usually say things from a place of being hurtful or.
And he wasn't.
Or and with any it's just my delivery sometimes is super bold and to the point and sometimes even loud.
I think that you could come across as the ever lovely Raylene that you are, and you would still get the same response.
Oh, I know I would. I know I would. Without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. Yeah. There's no fixing that.
No.
But that's all right. That's all right. But that, like you said, at least, we do have members, and hopefully that doesn't make him give up and that he'll try again or.
Oh no, well, I mean, he got appointed.
Oh, he did get appointed?
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see that
It
part.
was I think it was a 5-2 split. Sam Stockwell
Oh, perfect.
and Sonia voted no, and I'm not sure if Amanda voted no, but I know that it passed.
So I didn't see this. So I only saw part of him speaking, and I did not see the vote because I had to go help my dad for a minute. So that I had to duck out a couple of times here and there during the meeting last night. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean, we could talk about how Montpelier considers offer from the tennis group for the Country Club Road property.
we could.
You know, non-profit tennis group.
How about it?
The Hub has offered to buy a building and 5 acres of Montpelier's Country Club Road property for $750,000, significantly below the appraised value of $1.5 million. The Hub plans to add tennis courts, a community space, and other amenities to the property while preserving the existing building. The city is considering the offer and wants a full appraisal before making a decision. The Country Club Road property has been used for various purposes, including an emergency winter shelter, community farm, and outdoor sports. Long-term goals for the property include housing development and recreation, which that certainly would be within that group's plans. Councilors discussed the need for public accessibility, potential partners, and feasibility of a fully public recreation center versus renovating the existing facility. Have you ever been up there?
Yes. Anytime.
I
Not
don't-
to play golf.
I don't
'cause
know if I
play
have.
golf. But I've been up there for dinner. I've been up there for proms and when I was younger, and then when my kids were older, and a wedding or two.
Yeah, I think I may have gone to a wedding for Josh and Beth Frost. I might have been up there. You know what? I'm looking here and I'm seeing one person watching us. I just
You
want
are?
to say thank you to that one person that's watching
I
us.
see more than that. I've told you before, don't listen to the I because that just means one of your friends is
But-
watching us.
I mean,
Because we have more than one person commenting.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I'm just saying.
Okay.
Although I did not advertise
I
today.
will say that if you're watching, please comment, please
Yeah.
like, and
Please
just
do
like
something.
do something so that we know that you're alive.
I did not give a reminder that we would be live
did
tonight. No, I admittedly,
That's probably why Glenn is not with us.
I'm sure, because he normally would be. We are. It was just. It's been a day. It's been
No.
a week. It's been a day, and I forgot.
Well, you
to
had a
do
pretty
that.
busy morning this morning.
I had a busy morning, but my morning turned into all day. So all day I was busy. This morning I was invited to speak at the Washington County Mental Health Legislative Wrap-Up over at the Labor Hall, the old Labor Hall, right here in Barrie. And of course, I said absolutely, I will do that. And I was there speaking as a parent of somebody that struggles with substance use disorder, and there to discuss the needs and the need for funding. And as I told you, and as I told all of them, it is my strong opinion that if we can, and it may cost more the first year out, but it's my strong opinion that if we give support, we throw the money at that if we fight that war, that we solve and win many others. We can change homelessness, we can change food insecurities, we can change crime, because if somebody who is struggling with substance use isn't always looking for their next fix, they're not looking for clothing, they're not looking for food, then they're not committing crimes. If they are in recovery, more than likely they are stable enough to hold a job and have an income and actually contribute to the tax base, maybe even be homeowners at some point, but not be so codependent on all the services that are out there for them. I mean, I just really feel like with services for mental health and substance use disorder, which I believe go hand in hand, they're one and the same, that it's a war that we need to fight and that we could seriously and truly win in a lot of ways
Yeah, no,
by
you're
doing so.
you're 100% correct.
And I spoke to them about long-term, mandatory, 14 to 21 days, does nothing. It's a detox. When we often hear that people want to, well, if they want services, they need to ask, or people get help if they want help, or but we never meet people where they're at when it comes to that. I know for myself that with my son, when he says, I need help, I need it right now, when he has overdosed and survived, and you call to get a bed, and it could sometimes be up to 3 weeks before there's a bed available. But you know who's a phone call away? The dealer.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't be. He should be in jail.
Yes, he should. I wholeheartedly agree with that, for sure. So, that's what I went to speak with them about, and I said a lot of things that I, won't say here because it's pretty intense. I mean, it's nothing I've not said before, but that's another whole show and another whole topic. But I was happy to be invited. I was happy that they heard me and that they were willing to listen to me, and I think that they truly heard me when I was finished speaking. A couple of the gentlemen were having to wipe some tears, and there was complete silence. And so I truly believe that they heard every word I said. Yeah. So that was a busy morning. It was a little bit stressful, I'm not going to lie, because I was scared shitless. And I don't know why, because I'm certainly used to talking. And believe it or not, I sat in my seat, didn't get up. I didn't need the podium or the microphone, and they could all hear me. I know that that's shocking to you. But, yeah, I was very grateful that Heather Slayton and Washington County gave me that opportunity. So it was great to see everybody there, and great to hear their needs and their priorities, and they could get to a lot of their priorities with this one fix.
Yeah. No, I would completely agree with you. Good evening, Kristen and Clayton. Sue Ann does have a question that you may know, because I didn't watch the full council meeting.
Okay.
Was there any comments on the buyouts?
So they did talk about it, but very, very brief. They talked about how it's working, how it's going to work, what the structure looks like. I think they did name a few very specific properties, and then they talked about the forums that they're doing, which 2 have already taken place. There's 1 more to go, and that 1 more actually may have been tonight. I can't remember, though. I would have to look to be 100. No, it's not, because the talent show for the elementary school is tonight. But it's coming up very soon, depending on which ward that you're in. But they did discuss that a little bit, and they also discussed, because there was a gentleman there, talk about elevating your house and the money amounts, what that scale that I believe happened a while ago. I believe that where they increased some amount so that, people could fall in the threshold, You know what I'm talking about because you kind of discussed all of that as well. I don't remember a specific address.
Okay.
Sorry, Sue Ann, I
Sorry.
do not. We could probably go back in the minutes, actually, or even maybe post a link to the meeting. Is it on CBTV yet?
It is.
So that we could post the link in the
I can-
comments.
1 minute here.
And then that way Sue Ann could watch that.
Oh, let's see. I can.
And because I don't recall, I know that Nicholas is working on that, and I know that you can call him, and I believe that Janet may have that information as well.
So, Sue Ann, I'm posting the link to the YouTube video, but don't go. Make sure you watch the show first and then go watch it.
No, she's not going to leave. She's not going to leave.
Don't leave.
So,
I feel like I'm channeling my don't leave.
right, like
my
you're kind of being a whine ass tonight.
beat. The sun will come up tomorrow.
Good Lord. And then let's move right along to more today. I mean, the crash in Berlin, the tractor trailer crash, still under investigation, but man, that was huge. It came down the, I guess you call it the belt line on that side, but 302 down by CVS, right in front of the Department of Transportation building.
Yep.
Is kind of where the guardrails right there by where the river goes under the road right there. He was carrying thousands of pounds of cheese, 35,000 pounds to be exact, but it shut Route 302 down right there. I was headed to Montpelier this afternoon and I had to go up and around. But for 9 hours it closed it down, and thankfully the
seriously?
driver had very minor injuries. He walked away with very minor injuries, and the crash is still under investigation. But the pictures are, holy shit, devastating. It is mind-blowing.
And you posted those up on the
Yes.
802 Scoop page,
I
but
did.
I've got them right here.
I did, and usually we don't post pictures, but because the pictures were in a press release by the police, that's why we shared those. So
Yeah.
normally we would not share pictures from an accident scene, and we surely would not have posted them if it had been a fatality, whether or not the police department included them. So anyways, it took down power lines and everything. It was a very long day for the crews down there on the Barre Montpelier Road, Route 302.
Yeah.
Right at that intersection.
Make sure you follow the page.
Yes, and share it with your friends. Invite your friends, and remember that we're here every Thursday night at 7:00.
Yes.
Even when Raylene's a bonehead and forgets to advertise that fact. So we are here Monday nights for Barry Beat.
Yep.
We are here on Tuesday afternoons, and that could happen anywhere between like 11 and 4 because I really am working with people in their schedules for It's No Secret. We are here Wednesday night. Well, we're not. Lori Shepard and the girls are here for 4 quarters.
Refer to them as the girls. That's our. So we.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We
ladies.
just the girls.
Yeah, that's who they are. Lori Shepard.
There's like three or four.
3 of them.
3 of them.
But Lori Shepard and the 4 quarters team.
Four,
And love them. And Thursday nights here with Michael and I. And then we have some really pretty cool, fascinating news. And we're having somebody else join our team.
Jen.
Super excited to have somebody else join our team. Do you want to say?
Hey, you know what? This is your gig. I will let you say it.
Okay. So, but you're gonna have to say the name of it because.
So, well,
but-
I mean, I know that it's the. So okay,
Right,
I'll tell
we
you.
know
So
what it is now, but we.
Oh, it,
Yeah, I
is
mean,
it-
it's going to be
it's
the same. It'll
the
be-
creamy. So the creamy cast, they're going to be So Vermont Daily Chronicle, Guy Page and Paul Bean are going to be streaming live from the inside
Right here.
802 Inside Scoop, which is really cool. It's it's another. So and we
It's
haven't
another podcast.
correct.
We want as many podcasts as we can possibly
Right.
get. We would love for 802 Scoop to be online all day, every day.
Yeah, and
If we could.
sometime we'll have to go through and have a conversation about what this all is, right?
Right.
And Raylene has the business of the 802 Scoop, and I just
You're the
I'm,
tech.
I'm just the tech guy, but
And
but not
co-host,
and
and
co-host,
host.
yes. But in for folks
You're
that
super
know, it
important.
used to be the Barrie City Community fan page, and we're going down this route, right?
Yeah,
But
let's go.
might as well. Let's just do it. And I know you came to me, you asked, and I said yes, absolutely, you can do that. In the caveat is that I
Right,
wanted
said,
to
can
be
we take over the page? Can I take over
Correct.
the page? And then I said, but let's say it the whole way. I said, and you said, yeah, I don't know. I really gotta
That's
think
true.
about it. And then shit kind of got real for me, and
Yeah.
I called you up one night and said, can I take over the page because I'm going with or without you? I'll start my own. I don't care. I'm going with or without you. And you said, no, I'm in. I'm with you. And
Yeah, and here's the reason why, and the main my mission for the Barrie City Community fan page that is now the 802 Scoop is to get information out. And I know that Raylene is really good at building up metrics and building up engagement, and all that does is make it so that information gets out to people. And I'm a big proponent of that. It's my mission. It's why I got the Barrie Beat. It's why when Raylene said, hey, can we do a weekly wrap up? That's not political. Absolutely. I would do it for her. And she may replace me in a couple months. Who knows? We'll see.
well,
You
if
never
you
know.
Keep up the crap, I will.
I know, right?
Always whining about something.
I know.
I don't like that
So-
curtains.
So we in a couple weeks ago, I asked if Guy would come on, the Guy Page from the Vermont Daily Chronicle would come on the Barrie Beat, just to have a political conversation. And earlier this week, he sent an email saying, "Hey, could we use the studio?" And I said, "Well, talk to Raylene because it's her setup." So. So you reached, or no, he reached out.
I did. So you sent the email. You kind of gave the link between the two of us, and Guy and I had a great conversation, and I'm really excited to have them come aboard.
Yeah.
And I mean, the dream of it all would be that we, like I said, that we did numerous podcasts, that we did. I would love to find. Roland's gonna do a podcast.
That terrifies me, but yes.
But he is, and I think it's awesome that people are learning that it's a way to get out information. It's a way to, it's even the way to really form a group of like-minded people or not. It's it's awesome. It's a really awesome opportunity. Jen Lawrence is watching. Say hey to Jen.
I did say hello to Jen.
So Jen is the owner of the building, and without her, none of this would be possible. Absolutely none of it at all. So we have to thank her and be grateful to her as well. But it's a lot of opportunities for sure, and every day that opportunity seems to be bigger and more people are catching on. It has been slow going. I don't remember the numbers when I took over the page.
It was about 3,200.
But we just crested almost 5,100. We're right now almost at 5,100. And I keep looking to see if they've updated our analytics yet, but they didn't. I have to wait until Sunday because that's when they do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and I am too. I'm very and personally, I mean, it's for me. It's a, I'm excited because self, not self-fulfilling, but for my personal, because I want that to be able to get the information out there. So therefore, it makes me excited that, more people are following, and it's kind of cool. I was just going to go and take a look to see where our followers are from, because that also
The
is.
majority are in Barrie, the majority. But we do have Barrie, Barrytown, Graniteville, Williamstown, Waterbury, Berlin, a few from the Valley, Orange, Washington, Plainfield.
And I know you do have one from Great Britain,
I know.
and that's because
Every
that's
once in
my
a while.
friend. That's my friend.
Oh, that's your
That's my
friend?
friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
he
once
actually
in a while
owns.
you see.
He owns property in Corinth,
Nice.
so he's out there. I've thought about having a correspondent over in Great Britain, but the problem is it's like
That would be interesting.
11, 12 o'clock at night right now.
Yeah.
But JP would do it.
Well, you never know. We'll
And
have to
he
give
would
it a
be.
try someday.
What we in the comment was we could do a correspondent in Great Britain for Corinth stuff.
Yeah, that would be something.
I would love to do that. It would be really phenomenal and fun to do that. And yeah, that's my personal opinion. I would love that. Anyway,
Well, yeah. So that's where we're at. We're going to have somebody else joining us, and I believe they'll keep it at 4 o'clock on Fridays. That's when they do their podcast now. They'll just be using this studio and this setup, and I'm super excited for that.
yeah.
And there's a lot going on this week. Tomorrow, because tomorrow is not only the introduction of their podcast to 802 Scoop, it is the 4th annual Preston's Kia Trunk or Treat.
Ooh, I know.
Have I even started? I've never. I mean, I'm super excited. I have bought so much candy, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to back the car up, sling open the trunk, and just give them all the candy. Give them all the goods.
Yeah.
There's
No,
going to be a lot of people participating. Giroux,
Not me.
Giroux,
Which I'm sorry.
Right, because you have a school function, a board function.
Well, training.
Training. Everybody needs training. But anyways, Giroux General Transport will be there. The Berlin Fire Department will be there. Vermont Cars and Coffee will be there. And many, many, many more. My friend Sharon Woodworth is coming with her car. And let's see, Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash of South Barrie will be there with me, handing out candy. They're going to bring down their little courtesy vehicle, so that'll be nice. And many other cars as well. Park, Josh and Jackie Dickinson will not be joining this year, and they have been they're there every year. But they just had a baby girl. And so big congratulations to them, because that is definitely far more important than what we've got going on down at Preston's. And super happy, and a big congratulations to them.
Great.
Yeah.
Say the time one more time, and
So it starts at 4 p.m. If you are going to be a trunk that is giving out candy, you need to arrive no later than 3:30 so you can get parked and set up, because the parking lot will literally get shut off for the safety of the people walking around. So they really ask that you're there by 3:30 to get yourself all set up and situated, so that they can go ahead and lock down the parking lot. Yeah.
and of course it says that John says he's in Hartford, Connecticut, which I didn't know that you moved, and I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully
so
you'll.
he's not in Great Britain anymore? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
John Anderson used to live in Barrie City. He's somebody different.
Oh.
I
didn't
he used to
know,
live
'cause
in
I'm
Barrie
not-
City. I actually
out
went
of
to
the blue,
school.
you started talking about, so I didn't know what you were talking
Correct.
about.
Yes. No, this is a different person. He used to live I think he lived in Ward 3, but
Right, but what made you bring that up all of a
because
sudden?
he posted on
Okay.
there. I'm standing in Hartford, Connecticut right now. Not sure why I watch stuff from Barry still, but I guess no matter where you go, it takes time to change the news you listen to. You should never leave. You should never leave Barry City, which I'm very disappointed. I'm so sad, and I would have encouraged you to stick around. And I know that things can be difficult, but
Things are
that
difficult.
yeah. That being said, he still rents in Barry, but
Yeah.
okay. So you still technically live here. You're just getting money down in Connecticut.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. That's the reason why you're watching the weekly wrap and Barry B. All the news up here is because it's still your. If I went to school with you as a kid, it's your hometown. So, but thank you for watching, even though you're in Connecticut.
That's right. So this weekend, the big Wheels for Warmth event, it actually kicked off today. Today started the tire collection. But if you didn't get your tires there today and you want to donate tires, you can still do that tomorrow. There are several locations here in Barrie at the Granite Museum. There is in Williston, there's the Casella Waste System on Avenue B. In Stowe, it's at the Stowe Events Field on Weeks Hill. And then there's also a new location, which is Casella Construction in Pittsford, Vermont. So you can get those tires dropped off tomorrow if you did not get to do that today. And that's from 2 to 6 p.m. At the Vermont Granite Museum and the Williston location at Casella. And then in Stowe, it's from 1 to 5. And from the Pittsford location, it's from 2 to 6. So, get those tires down there, get them donated, because on Saturday, the 26th, from 8 to noon, you can go down there, and if you are in need of tires, in need of winter tires, you can look through the tires. All of them have been looked over. They know that they are safe for the road, that they're inspectable. You can get those tires. So it is, they have 13-inch tires all the way up to 18-inch tire. The big news, so a lot of people usually rush the place first thing in the morning because they want to get their tires. They want to get the best tires, right? They want to get there first. And I'm assuming that's when you're going to be there too, is first thing in the morning. Ha! Not me. But literally people wait until they are in line already at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. They're waiting in line for the gate to open.
That's too early for
and
me.
They want to be first. But at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., all tires are half price.
Oh,
So if you're not as eager to get in there at the ass crack of dawn, you're going to get a really good deal.
true.
So, you can wait for the good deal, or you can be first to make sure that you get the exact tire that you may be looking for. And so, great event. And as it's stated here in their notice, they help provide emergency heating assistance to vulnerable Vermonters every winter. And it's an amazing program. Dick Wabi came in and spoke with us, but with 20 years of event, Wheels for Warmth has raised over $720,000 for emergency heating, and sold more than 27,000 safe sets of tires. That's crazy. And then recycled more than 53,000 unsafe tires.
You probably already know this, but do you know who started it?
Yeah, Phil Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, way back when it was in Du Bois.
2005.
Yeah, at his construction location. Yeah, so super cool. And
Amazing governor. You should vote for Phil
amazing
Scott.
governor, and they have an amazing team,
Yeah.
including Richard Wabi, Dick Wabi, who has been like the sidekick of this for a really long time.
It's hard to imagine him as a sidekick.
Well,
on anything.
just for this event, let's just face it. He was never a sidekick,
cohort in
it's
crime.
him, right, you know. But so that is good. That's exciting. Definitely a much needed resource all the way around. I mean, that helps all the way around. It gets junk tires out of landfills because they also have a shredder there that it like cuts them, it caps them, and they give them to farms for the bunker silos. And then they also chip some and the chips are used for a wide range of things, and or they are provided to people at a really reasonable price so that they have safe vehicles in the winter because you need winter tires in Vermont, and then it helps people struggling to pay heating costs. So
Which
just a great,
we're
it's a
gonna
great
need.
thing, great event, great thought. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And of
So
course, we
that's
got
going on.
Veggie Van Go tomorrow.
We do
at
have
the
Veggie
Barry
Van Go.
Auditorium.
That starts at 9:00, and you can you don't even have to get out of your car. You just drive up. You drive around the building. You stay in your car. Somebody will come to your window, ask you how many in your family. You are allowed to pick up for another family. I think up to 2 more families. Let's face it, some people are working, and just because you work doesn't mean that you don't need a little help. So some people are working at that time, and it is okay for you to pick up for another family. So you just tell them how many families, how many people in each family, and you pop the trunk and they do the rest. So you don't have to get out if you don't want to. There's no paperwork involved. Nothing. It's free to everyone. That's also a great resource.
So we'll go from that into something that's not that's a good thing, and now we're going to go into a bad thing. Should we make that shift?
Sure, go ahead.
Waterbury, the shooting.
Yeah.
All right. So I I see that they found a second suspect,
I think
and
they have 3 in custody.
oh, they have three.
I'm
Three
pretty sure
suspects.
they have
Were
3 of 4 in custody. I think they're looking for a 4th. Is what
They're
I
looking
heard.
for a fourth.
But
Where's the other
one
2
of
or
them is a
3?
minor.
Where are they from? Are they from around here?
No, they are not.
Where are they from? Where are they from, Raylene?
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Ooh, shocker.
They are from Springfield.
Do you think it has anything to do with, I don't know, the great drug corridor that is Springfield to every community in the state of Vermont?
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely. More than
Yeah.
likely. The great, I don't know, is there a name for the drug corridor that we need to like coin a name for the drug corridor that we're perfectly fine as a community to accept because, imagine Chicago.
I'm not perfectly fine with it. That's for sure.
I
know,
get,
but so
I'm
many
sorry,
are.
I get irritated
Yeah.
by this because people are like, well, it's not as bad as Chicago. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't give a
That's
crap.
why we don't live in Chicago. We don't give a
Exactly.
shit. And that's why
Right.
you moved away from Chicago.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
Because you don't want that either.
No,
That's great that it's not as bad for you. It's never been like this at all for us. So
Exactly.
it's a
We've
little
lived
bit
here for
shocking.
40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And this kind of crap never happened. So, let's not accept it. I'm
Right.
just saying, how
Right.
about we just not accept
Just
it?
because it's better than where you came from
Right.
doesn't mean it's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not okay
No,
because
it's
those
not.
of us that have been here always are really not okay with it at all.
Correct.
And we're not used to this.
No,
and,
we're not.
And as a matter of fact, and I don't know if I can say this the right way without getting in. So
Well, while you're trying
there
to...
was just let's just say that there was a time when things like that happened around here were taken care of way differently than they are now.
I'm not
that
going to
we
lie to you. I
all
remember when it was like
love
one death a year.
We all love our certain rights, and nobody was tolerant of that kind of shit. And that's why it didn't happen, because people knew better. People knew that you didn't mess around in the hills of Washington or Williamstown, or you know what I mean? You just knew.
Yeah.
There's this thing called mountain justice.
Yeah.
And even if that didn't occur, you always knew it was a possibility, and you've always heard the stories of the really deep quarries. That's all I'm going to say. And,
Although
and that
I
was
will,
really intimidating, and that was a
True,
way that's
true.
how we all were. And now we're accepting of just about everything.
true. But I have to say this about the quarries, right? You know, we talk about
Well, they are pretty deep.
they are pretty deep, but so and we know about the Gene,
Ralph Jean Marie.
yeah, and how they came here, and well, there's theories of what happened there, but they came here, a bunch of people from like Minnesota, Michigan, or something like that,
Right, and
did-
went in the quarries
went
and
into the
looked.
quarries,
Well, one or two of them, a couple
Right.
of them, yes.
and you know what they didn't find?
Him.
Well, yeah, they didn't find him, but they didn't find bodies. That's what I was surprisingly.
That's because they can't dive that deep. That's what I was told.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that. We'll
Yeah,
go with that.
That's what I was told. But true, it's true. I
But-
mean, there was a time
well, no,
where you didn't dare. You know, there was a respect around here. There was just an authority around here that was much different than it is now. And now, you know, you start accepting. If you start laying down and accepting all of these things, then they're going to happen.
Yeah.
And at some point, we're going to have to stay strong and stand back up and stand up together and say, not in my town,
Right.
not in my state, it's not happening here.
It's
And if you
Sometime
think it's
you have to say
if
no.
you think, well, it's better than Chicago, it could be way better than Chicago because it was way better than Chicago here just 10 years ago. Yeah, we're already
And-
on track
wait,
with
ready?
homicides this year. Yeah,
that's Raylene's
For real.
Raylene's ding right there.
I mean, we're already on track this year for homicides, and you know we still have a few months to go. It's scary. It's really
disgusting and
scary, and it seems like
sad.
we're every day hearing about gun violence and more things happening. So we need to be more vocal. We need to dare to be more vocal. Come in here, sit next to me. I'll hold your hand while you are more vocal. I mean, we have to learn to stand up together and really draw a hard line in the sand about what we're willing to tolerate.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, it's craziness. And speaking of that, I want to make sure that we mention that on the eve of the Blue Alert, there was a chase, a pursuit in and around the city that ended on John Street, which is right up here off of Berlin Street. And when that pursuit ended, it didn't end before an officer was hurt. He was out of his car and he was struck by the vehicle because this idiot
Do you know who it is?
that has been, well, the press release, it's in there, his name, so it's in a different press release. You can look it up on our page if you want. But he hit an officer that was standing outside of his car. And thankfully, the officer was not severely injured. But that happened on the eve of the Blue Alert. And Blue Alert is, it means many things, but it also means that there's an officer down. There's a fallen officer. And I don't know about you, but that's not anything that I ever want to read, hear, or see here that has happened to one of our police officers. And this is somebody who is a repeat offender. He was involved in the break-in at Elva, the home invasion. You know, Elva, I'm forgetting his last name. He works at the credit union, has been at the State Employees Credit Union for many, many moons. But he was involved in that home invasion and said to be the aggressor in all of that. So that is who they were chasing. That is who they apprehended. And I have been so busy today, I do not know what the court did with him. And maybe he wasn't arraigned today. Maybe he won't be arraigned until tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I back the blue.
Yeah,
I know you back the blue.
I do.
And I'm asking anybody else that backs the blue and that they take that image, they don't have to take the post, steal the image from our page, share it, and let our officers know that we stand. What?
Whoa,
What's the matter?
we got disconnected.
We are disconnected?
Well, that's not cool.
I show that we're live. Oh,
Oh, yeah?
no, we're not. Try to go right again. It may reconnect.
Huh.
Yeah, it shows that we got booted out.
Oh, sending it again. Well, that's odd. YouTube didn't disconnect though, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, why we were turned off on 802 Scoop.
Well, maybe we lost internet connection for a second.
No, it's... Let me see if I can... Sending data.
I probably pissed somebody off.
Well, I wonder if us talking about this, what did we say that...
It shouldn't.
Was there anything that we said?
Nope. I was very careful not to say any bad things.
Well, we're still live on YouTube, so I don't know what happened.
And we're now going live on 802 Scoop again.
No, it's saying unable to connect. So I don't know what's going on. But
Weird.
anyway, yeah, I definitely I support our police department, and it's really sad that happened. I don't know what's going on here, Raylene.
Do you try it again?
No, I mean I can't. I can.
Have you tried to connect to Facebook again?
Can.
Have you tried to go live?
It's sending data. I'm not sure what's going on.
If you don't go live, let me know.
Yeah. Oh, it's streaming.
It is.
We're now back on 802 Scoop, folks. We don't know what happened. What will
Probably I said something that I wasn't supposed to. I don't know.
possibly. I don't know what happened,
You
but
never know. But we stayed
said-
live on YouTube the whole time.
yep.
So, go
Kristen Perry says that pled not guilty and held without bail. So
Good. Well, at least he was held for once.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes. But
Yep.
anyway, we back the blue. Please, take that image and share it all over if you do, and let them know that we're there for them and we support them, and that we're not okay with the lack of support that they get within the legal system. We understand that you bust your ass and you just don't always get the results that even you hope for and that even you want, because this is your community too.
Yeah.
And we get that, and we support you, and pray and hope and for your safety every day.
Yeah. And then, of course, speaking about backing our blue, Burlington Police Union raises concerns about officer recruitment.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Shocker.
They don't want it.
They don't want to work for Burlington? I wouldn't be surprised. The Burlington Police Officers Association expressed concerns about the lack of support from city leadership and its impact on officer recruitment.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Ready? Shocker.
Yeah. Come here and work here.
You treat your officers like dung. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Hi, Kristen. We're not sure what happened. But thank you for telling us about the pled not guilty, held without bail.
Yeah, and good. That's what the
yeah.
fact that he was held just makes
good.
me happy to know,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to know that the officer is okay, that he sustained minor injuries, but that is like, how lucky was he that he didn't get run over, pinned to a car, that something wasn't as severe, or that he even lost his life.
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely absurd to me. And then today there's another police chase. There's a chase that went straight through Berry City, ended up in Williamstown with a woman that rolled her car over. And, she was okay. but she could have killed God knows how
Hi,
many
Sue Ann.
people in her, little tangent. We know that last night that now I'm forgetting what they're called. There was a chase that led from the U.S. Marshal Service that went from New Hampshire and ended with a shooting in Reigate. So the police actually, or not the police, but the U.S. Marshals shot at the assailant last night. And I don't know if the condition of that guy, but that's what I'm talking about. We don't tolerate, that stuff just can't be tolerated here anymore.
Yeah.
And,
Well, the union in Burlington highlighted that the department is operating with only 2/3 of the officers
Disgusting.
it had 5 years ago, attributing this decline to the political climate following the 2020 decision to defund the force by 30%. Again, shocker.
Yeah,
You do
disgusting.
stupid stuff, this is what happens. You know what? I'm just going to be a complete and utter jerk. If you live in Burlington and you feel that it's too crazy up there, move to Berry City. Don't take any of the bad politics, but move to Berry City, and the
Yeah.
police officers that are working up there, we have 5 positions down
Right,
here.
and if anybody down here wants to support those types of movements,
Oh,
move right
go
up to
move back up to
Burlington.
Burlington.
Get
We could
up
do
there,
we
go.
could do a house swap.
yeah, we can do a house swap. That's how we'll fix the crisis. Go ahead.
It's sad because it bleeds over into other communities, and and it's like, come on now,
Yeah.
what do you? I mean, I saw, we've talked about it last week, that video of people injecting on the streets and on the church front yards, and we're
yeah.
market. We're going to have that same problem down here if we
do.
continue.
No, we're not going to. We do. Let's make that perfectly
Not
clear.
to the extent,
There,
though.
not to the severity, no, but it certainly is going on down here. We have people using drugs in City Hall
That's
Park.
true.
We have needles left behind. We have needles left behind in the portalets that we had to put out so that we could supply places
Yeah.
for that. We have grown adult men walking up the street, can't barely stand up with their pants down, urinating on the sidewalk in front of young girls that are in the car with their mother on the way home from school. And the mother had nowhere to go because she's at the red light, surrounded by cars, and this is happening in front of her. This stuff is starting to happen here, and we can either take a hold of it right now, take control, put our foot down and say, I don't think so, or we can let it spin to that extent. That's the way I look at it.
You want to take a guess on how it's going to go?
What do you mean?
Whether-
What's going to go?
How whether or not it's going to get worse, or
Oh, it'll get worse. I know it'll get worse because I don't think that most. I've actually met somebody who. So not met somebody. I've been talking with somebody. So that there is somebody that I know and adore and have known for many years, who is going through a situation with their family, like with their family right now, and they're like, holy shit, this stuff really does exist, and like, yeah, and that's what I said to the people that I spoke with this morning, the people that already have a seat and the people that want a seat. This doesn't happen in just the movies. This is my reality. This is my everyday, and as a parent, and it's hard for people to comprehend that sometimes because we're not Chicago. I think that sometimes, people think it's just Barrie and we're okay, but we're not. We're going down a really bad path, and we need to turn it around before we can. Because if it gets really bad, it's going to take an awful lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, so that's the police situation up there. I think let's do we're at 5 minutes let's do a super quick
Rundown
event
of all
the
the
events,
and
because
there
there's a
are
bunch of
a
lots.
ton.
Yes. So I'll go first.
All right,
I get
you
to go
go
first?
first.
I get to
You
go
go
first.
first.
Okay, so we've got the Halloween in Barrie, Halloween costume parade and trunk or treat, which starts at 2:30
On Saturday.
on Saturday. So make sure you get down here. And even though we're not going to be here, because you've got things you can't, you're not going to be here,
Right,
and
it
I'm
can't
not
be in
going to.
100 places at
Right,
once,
exactly.
unfortunately.
But what's really awesome is that for representation, Barrie Bible Baptist Church is going to be down here passing out candy from our location. So for the
They asked
trick or
if they
treat,
could use this
yeah,
location, and we said absolutely, go right ahead.
100%.
So that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's the Barrie Dart Nerf Club meet, which is Saturday at 3 p.m. And then Community Harvest Celebration Fundraiser, which is October 24th. And that's at 131 South Main Street. Where is that?
The what?
131 South Main
That
Street?
happened already, didn't it? That is
That's
that's
today.
the senior center.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, that's today.
So
What
that
am I
was
doing?
the first ever. That is at the senior center.
Oh, now I
Yeah.
feel bad.
So that did happen today. My Grammy was there.
Oh, was
Saw a picture of her sitting in there. A real important day on Saturday also is Drug Take Back Day.
Oh,
So that happens at the Barrie City Police Station, and it happens also at the Washington County Sheriff's Department on Saturday. And Barrie City actually has a really cool setup. So they have the containers right there all the
Yep.
time, so you can walk into their lobby and dispose of medications and sharps and all of that stuff at any time. It doesn't have to be Drug Take Back Day, but that is what Saturday is.
nice.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, Halloween dinner dance at the Canadian Club, October 25th. Bacon wrapped meatloaf, 7 p.m., $25 per person. Bacon wrapped meatloaf.
Right,
What do you
I make
think?
that. I make it once in a while.
You make it once in a
Yeah,
while? How
and
come you haven't made it for me, Raylene?
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Why haven't you made it for me?
I don't know. You've never asked, but I certainly could. Not gonna lie, it's not my favorite. Bacon isn't my favorite thing. I could, if I had a choice between bacon and sausage.
Shun the unbeliever.
I'm serious. If
You
I had
don't
a
like
choice,
bacon?
No, if I had a choice between bacon or sausage, I would always take the sausage patty over bacon. And I like the patty because I like to put maple syrup all over it.
I'm thinking of this scene from Game of Thrones where Cersei was walking through the streets, and everybody was saying shame. Although I wouldn't want to. It was inappropriate, her dressing, or lack thereof. But shame, shame, shame.
Tomorrow night, you're invited to the biggest Halloween party around at the Den. Everything's going to start at 7 o'clock. There's a red carpet costume contest with survivor-like eliminations. There are professional photos and video shoot, and so much more. So that all starts at 7 p.m. DJ Freedom will be rocking the stage, and all kinds of great, crazy things going on over there at the Den tomorrow night. Big Halloween bash, going to be they're saying the biggest and best Halloween party you can go to.
Nice.
So that's happening tomorrow night at the Den.
Nice.
And then, as I already said, Preston's.
Yeah.
Line up 3:30, and if you're not going to be giving out candy, please don't come over till 4 though. Like if you're bringing the kids, stay on the outskirts. Please know that we're trying to fill up the parking lot and that there's cars moving around everything, and hopefully all those cars are parked by 3:30, 3:45 at the very latest. But if you come and you're a little early, just please wait before you bring all the kids over so that everybody can get where they need to be, so that we're safe.
All right. Anything else?
Well, of course, there's probably 100 other things, and I just am not thinking at the moment, and as soon as we're done, we're not. But the good thing with that is that if I didn't say it out loud, if you didn't say it out loud, it's all on the page.
And there is movie night at the Heading Church at 6 p.m. Yeah. So Disney Pixar. See, there's going to be a movie night. We'll be indoors, Fellowship Hall, Saturday, October 26th, 6 p.m. A pajama party. Join us for Disney Pixar's Coco. Have you seen Coco?
No.
You haven't seen Coco?
Listen, how many times do I have to tell you? I very rarely watch TV. I don't watch movies. I haven't seen the majority of the movies that you ever talk about. And I'm sorry. I didn't even know what you're talking about. I've seen old Disney movies because when my kids were young. Fox and the Hound is my absolute favorite. I've seen All Dogs Go to Heaven more times than I could count. The Bee Movie, Lion King, what were some, Peter Pan. I don't know. I mean, all kinds of movies like that when my kids were young. What was the one with the car? Cars.
Cars.
It was called Cars with Mater, right?
Wow.
Mater. They loved that one. Yeah. I remember all of those, but Fox and the Hound is my absolute favorite. I could watch that a million times. Have you ever watched that?
I have watched Fox and the Hound. I have.
What's she doing over there?
What am I doing over here?
See, you haven't watched it enough. What you doing over there?
Oh, I think the last time I watched that was like 20 years ago.
Over there?
I don't know.
Sniffing.
Sniffing.
Why? Because I'm a hound dog. That was the famous line.
I don't remember that.
That's
Sorry.
because you didn't watch it at
Remember
nauseum.
No, I didn't watch it at nauseum. But
at least my kids didn't go through the Barney stage. Just saying.
Yeah, I will say that Coco, because I've been like very anti-Disney in the last couple, like the last decade or so. Mm-hmm. But Coco was actually pretty good, and the reason why they're playing it now is because he goes into the afterlife to try to meet his father, who he thinks is like a really famous guy. And I'm not gonna give the plot up, just in case there's that one person that hasn't seen it, like Raylene.
Whatever, Michael. Whatever. So,
But
have a great
yeah.
weekend, everybody, because we're not going to see you tomorrow. But stay tuned. Pay attention. 4 o'clock. We hope. We may hopefully 4 o'clock tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, next week, because there might be some kinks to work out here and there. But the hope is that tomorrow, 4 o'clock, you will see Guy Page and Paul Bean right here on 802 Scoop. And we're super honored, super excited, super proud to announce that.
All right. Well,
So welcome.
yes. And with that, we'll say a happy good evening, everybody, and remember me. Though I have to say goodbye, remember
You're going to
me.
sing, really.
Yeah.